Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
So I'm calling because I'm 30 years old. I live in Philadelphia, and I've been unemployed since last August. So it's been a year.
What happened?
I know the job market right now really sucks. It's just exhausting to even speak about it. So right now, currently, I am in debt of $77,957. And this includes student loans, personal loans, credit cards, and car loans. And I really don't know what direction to go into because I don't have any money to pay back the debt because I am unemployed. So I wanted to see, do you guys think I should file for bankruptcy? Or should I strategize like a payment plan once I get employed again to start paying off my debt?
I would say the latter. I mean, 77,000 is not being, I think you can get out of this. It's going to take for sure some time, and life is going to probably look different for a bit while you climb out of this, but I would not. If you had 700,000 or something we were talking, then that probably would be a different story. But 77,000, you can do this. Like we see it every day. This is a number that is manageable. I know it feels probably so overwhelming to you, and especially since you haven't been earning an income, it feels like I'm completely underwater. But just hear us on this side say, we talk to people every day that have more, have six figures, and they're doing it. Okay, so I do want to give you hope, Aaliyah, that you can do this. I think my biggest concern is the income side. And so, what's been, has there not been anything that you've found since you said last August? So it's been almost a year. I mean, even like Target, Walmart. I mean, any retail, anything possible?
So I'm in the legal support field, so my roles have been like a paralegal and legal assistant.
Okay.
So I was more so trying to get back into that field because it will bring in like a great income where I can get back on my feet.
Yeah.
What were you making?
So as of my previous position, I was making 55.
Okay.
And how many paralegal gigs have you tried to get in the last year, ballpark?
Oh goodness. I've been on several interviews and I've been ghosted by a lot of recruiters. I want to say maybe since January to now, I've been on maybe like 7 or 8 interviews.
Okay.
That's defeating. I'm so sorry.
What were you making?
Okay.
What were you making?
55.
55. Okay, so here's a question for
55.
you. In the last 3 seconds while you were talking, I went on my computer and I typed in virtual paralegal and I saw all kinds of sites. Have you looked into doing virtual paralegal work?
Not necessarily. I don't know if I don't really trust those like type of ads, so I haven't really looked into
Aaliyah,
them.
this isn't an ad. This isn't an ad I pulled up. This is an actual company that supplies virtual paralegals for people who need them. It came to me immediately that when you've got a virtual opportunity like that, the barrier for entry might be a little bit less. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in your interviews. I will tell you that I hear stories every day of people that have been ghosted, and I'm sorry about that. But Aaliyah, I'm telling you, there are no more, I'm holding out for that paralegal job. I'm going to give you some tough love here, hopefully in a non-tough way. You need to be working at Walmart or Target or driving or doing something. Your target is $20 an hour, $25 an hour. If you got to do some manufacturing, you are doing whatever it takes. Is that below the professional level you've been on in the past? Yes. Is it beneath you? No. That is dignified work. You know men and women all over Philadelphia that do that work. It is not beneath you, but right now, to Rachel's point, you can actually dig out of this, but I believe you can make the equivalent of $55,000 an hour with a good job like I just described, even if it's an hourly rate, and then a second job. You're going to have to work your way out of this, and I believe you actually can. And Rachel can walk you through what you would do on the snowball side of things if you're not familiar with it. But I'm telling you right now, there is no reason someone as sharp as you are is not working for 1 year other than the fact that you've been defeated and you've been rejected, and that's really, really hard. And it stinks. And let me also say this. The research from psychology studies show that losing a job, being laid off or fired, is the same emotional impact of losing a loved one. So I want to acknowledge to you that it's okay for you to be down because that's normal. But you're 12 months into this, and you're calling us saying, should I bankrupt myself? And the answer is no. So I want to bring in Rachel here, but I want to tell you, Leah, you've got to get serious about doing any job right now, and then look at maybe that virtual paralegal and some things like that to get maybe a little bit more momentum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I think, Aaliyah, I think the hard reality that you're going to face, like anybody in a situation like this, is that in order to get a different result, you have to change 180 everything that you've been doing. Mm-hmm. So the leaning on debt, leaning on credit cards, leaning on just this idea that, I hope I get a job and I'm going to try, but if I don't, I'm just going to keep trying while not doing something else. Like it's going to be a 180 to the point, Aaliyah, that, I want you to call us a year from now and be like, people are accusing me that I'm a workaholic, right? I have 3 jobs and I'm working 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I'm exhausted and all of it, because to get out of this debt, Aaliyah, it's going to be tough. Like it's going to be long hours, a lot of different things. You may piecemeal, a retail job here, Uber Eats there. Maybe you tutor someone that's trying to be a paralegal too on the side for 4 hours a week here. I mean, like anything you can do to piecemeal while you hopefully land a $55,000 job somewhere. And then while you're doing that, you're still probably going to work part-time somewhere else again, just to climb out of this debt. So the way we help people get out of debt is like, it is vengeance. Like you are, everything is going towards this, every amount of energy, time. And if you do that for a short amount of time, if you put that much work and that much focus and that much intensity, this $77,000 is going to be cleaned up. I mean, it will. It'll be cleaned up in 24 months. If you just say, you know what, I'm doing this. I'm living on nothing. I'm working hard, and I'm going to be focused. So what I want you to do, Aaliyah, is I want you to write out all of your debts separately. So if you have 5 credit cards, write them up in 5 separate debts. Personal loans, write those out. Your car loan. And I want you to list them out smallest amount to largest amount, regardless of the interest rate. I want you to pay minimum payments on everything, okay? With this job that you're going to be getting, I want you to stay current on all of your bills from the debt and your food, shelter, utilities, transportation, making sure all of that's covered. And I want you to pay off that smallest debt first. So if it's a $2,000 credit card, that's your number one goal. We're going after that. Get a $1,000 emergency fund before you do all this. But hold on the line. Christian's going to pick up, and I want to give you Financial Peace University. This is our 7-lesson course that really is going to be 9-lesson course that's going to be able to walk you through how to really start this process and to get you on the right page, Lee. Because I believe you can do this. I really do. I think your life's going to look different. But I think that's such a good thing. It's going to bring dignity back to you, Aaliyah. You're doing great, girl.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.